Hi guys, and welcome back to Airtime Studios, and in today's video we are going to be checking out something that is going to be absolutely stunning. So you remember back in November that I played the video game Virtual Towers Online, which is a full one-to-one recreation of the Alton Towers Resort, which is a real theme park in real life. Now that update included a limited amount of areas, which was the Smiler, Oblivion, Spinball Wizard, and Wicker Man. But there is a new update out now, and I'm so glad to be showing you guys what it is on Airtime Studios. And I can announce that in this update, it is the Forbidden Valley themed section of the park. There is 3 new rides to ride in this update, and those rides are Nemesis, Ripsaw, and The Blade. Unfortunately, the rest of the park isn't accessible, as this is just a demo for Forbidden Valley, but it's still going to be really excited to check this out, because there's so many new features to see. So there is a new weather cycle, so we get like rain and thunder. There's also like a new ride camera system, so you can look around on the rides this time, so that's cool too. There's also, and the main feature is that there's ride operations, so that's really exciting. You can operate all the rides there in this game, and there's also a dynamic day-night cycle, so you can change the day to your liking, and it will still clock a video game day at the same time as well. So I'm very excited to check all of this out, especially riding Nemesis in Virtual Towers Online, because it is my favourite ride in the United Kingdom in real life, and it's currently undergoing a full retrack from the top of the lift hill to the brake run, so it's really excited to check it out in a game whilst it's shut. Unfortunately, there's no Galactica in this update, because the team is still trying to, Virtual Towers Online is still trying to work out how to do Galactica, as it's a flying roller coaster. But we're about to jump into the game now. I'm very excited to show you everything that Virtual Towers Online has to offer right at this very moment in time. And there's so many new features to show off in this brand new update. So let's just load into the game and see Nemesis standing in its glory. So here we are, spawning in the monorail station this time, as you can see. So yeah, we can go in the monorail.
What is a monorail?
What is a monorail? Way out. I thought you got in the monorail then. You have to follow the way out signs, obviously. Right, so the way out's down here. We've got this nice funky music playing before we get out onto the opening plaza, it looks like. And we're just about to step out onto the opening plaza here on Virtual Towers Online. This looks pretty much identical to the former Virtual Towers Online update. As you can see, pretty much identical. Even the sun's still gleaming down on us, as you can see, like it was in that former update. We've got the corkscrew. We've still got the specifications for the corkscrew. We've still got all the bricks. Instead of the maps, though, we got these signs that new Forbidden Valley, Nemesis, Ripsaw, and The Blade. And on this, more magic coming soon. Hex, Dark Forest, Rita, and 13. So that will be interesting. Whenever that update drops with Dark Forest and Hex in it, I will certainly be sharing an update on this YouTube channel, Airtime Studios. Now, before we enter the park, it looks great, doesn't it? So, before we enter the park, yeah, we don't actually have a ticket, so let's go and buy one. Hello, number 16. Can we have 1 ticket for the day, please? Thank you. Right, now we can enter the park. So, as you can see, when we enter the park, we got these signs, Virtual Towers Online and Nemesis is this way, and they're all pointing to this preview center. So on the left we've got some beverages. Over here we've got this book that says, "Where's the key? I need the key." So we'll try and find the key in this video as well, if we can. Anyway, here is the Nemesis monster model here, and the train there. We've got some concept art, including the track. Then this is John Wardy's autobiography, Creating My Own Nemesis. And then we've got this map. Ooh, click to experience Nemesis. Oh, here we are in Forbidden Valley at the Nemesis art tray. It's creeping me out that monorail is just stuck above Nemesis here. As you can see, just stuck above this, the helix there. That's kind of strange. But here is Nemesis. Looks really cool here. Early in the morning, sun shining below Nemesis, above Nemesis. So as you can see, just going up the lift hill, it sounds pretty much identical to what it would going up the lift hill in real life. Now, if you remember from the last Virtual Towers update, there is a cinematic mode, so we're going to capture that for Nemi here. Here it comes into the first corkscrew. Absolutely picturesque. And they've even got that red blood waterfalls. Now, you know, in real life, before they shut the ride, they had waterfalls on the ride, and they were only clear waterfalls. But back in 1994, there was red-coloured waterfalls, and Virtual Towers Online have brought them back. They don't exist in real life anymore due to the fact they were causing environmental problems. So it's nice to see them in Virtual Towers, and everything seems to look spot on. So let's now we can hop in the Nemesis queue. Let's make sure we're over 1.4 meters, which we are. So let's jump up the extended queue line here and see the wooded area of Nemesis, where the first drop happens to be. Right here. They've got the Nemesis Subterra building there, which might be coming to Alton Towers in 2023. Nemesis Subterra to adapt the capacity that Nemesis would normally take up. Nemesis Subterra is another former attraction at the Alton Towers Resort that closed back in 2015. It had a very short life. It was meant to only be closing for a bit, but it ended up being closed permanently, it seemed. But it may, just maybe, coming back soon for 2023, as Alton Towers have been doing a lot of work with that building recently. Right, so now we can slip through this way. There's a little secret down here, which in real life is not really existent anymore, because in 1994 there was a part of extended queue line, that was behind the stall turn. You can actually access this in the game, because you can't access that in real life anymore. So it's nice to be able to access that in Virtual Towers Online. So let's go and have a look at the stall turn here. Right here, this view's absolutely pin perfect, as you can see, with this cinematic mode. Nemesis going up the lift hill here. I mean, just look at that red waterfall. It looks so picturesque. And all of this just looks so realistic for Nemesis. Apart from the fact the monorail's broken, which is quite realistic, but it was broke a whole season in 2020. Here comes Nemesis. First corkscrew shining over the sun. And then it's going to come down into this element, which is the 0G roll, and round close to us, the stall turn of Nemesis. well, one of two stall turns. The first one being there, and the other one being in a different, round the middle of the ride area, just after the loop. So it goes stall turn loop, stall turn on Nemesis. But anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go and get in the station for Nemesis and jump on the ride. Right, let's go down here, as front row's the best row to see on a game, I would imagine, because then you can actually see where you're going. Here comes our train, plunking into the station. These sounds sound exactly like they do in real life. The station, the lift hill, it all sounds identical. So I can't wait to jump on Nemesis in Virtual Towers Online. Just waiting for these air gates to open, and then we can slip on Nemesis. On we get for a front left seat on Nemesis. Ready to ride the beast from 1994. Prepare to sit back because it's fright time. That's what all the Alton Towers promotions from 1994 used to say on the adverts. Sit back, it's fright time, which is why the phrase is used all over the place with Nemesis. It's such a classic phrase for Nemi right here. And we're ready to go up the lift hill in a matter of seconds, as the other train has just hit the brake run, which means the block sections are clear and we should be clear to leave the station and have an exciting ride on Nemesis. Get ready to put your arms in the air for the best roller coaster from 1994. Here's the new ride camera system I was talking about. You can look around on the rides, you couldn't do that before. And you can ride on any row as well. Because before, that fixed camera position only allowed you to sit on one seat per every row. But now I can sit on any of the 32 seats on Nemesis. Here we are. At the top of the lift hill. Arms in the air like you just don't care. Nemesis at Virtual Towers Online. Oh, what an exciting ride on Nemesis here at Virtual Towers Online. What an absolutely fabulous addition to this video game, Nemesis. It certainly tops the Smiler as the best experience in Virtual Towers Online. There's no doubt about it, especially since you can operate it. But we're not gonna do that yet. We will operate it later though, because we're gonna go and check out some other ride at the Virtual Towers Online theme park. What a ride! Nemesis, best ride in the UK by far. Oh, that red water looks so picturesque. Right down from that first drop. Fun fact that Nemesis only has a height of 46 feet, but it has a drop of 118 feet due to the massive pit they had to dig down. I mean, you can just tell by all the stairs you have to walk up to get down here. Right here, as you can see. There's all these stairs there. There's all of these stairs right here. It's just a massive pit. You don't realise just how deep down this pit is until you get to see it in person at Alton Towers. Right, so let's go on the Blaze next. This is a pirate ship. Did you know that the Thunder Looper used to be in this pit? The Thunder Looper is a former roller coaster at Alton Towers. And the Thunder Looper was actually the first ever shuttle loop roller coaster to ever exist. So it opened at a different place in America, the Thunder Looper, and if it wasn't for the Thunder Looper, then launch coasters may not exist to this day. Roller coasters like the tallest roller coaster in the world, King Dakar, that uses an element called the launch to propel it up to its top height, which happens to be the highest in the world in King Dakar's case. So if it wasn't for the Thunder Looper, none of that may have ever happened. So it's certainly an iconic ride, but it had to be removed in 1996 because it was producing too much noises and hurting the environment. Another environmental problem they had, hurting like animals and stuff. The sound wasn't great, so they had to remove it. And I think soon after, the Blade was moved here because it got moved for another area of the park to make way for a new attraction. So yes, that's why the Blade is standing here right now. We're just waiting to get on the ride now, but it's taking absolutely forever.
2 hours later.
We can finally get on the Blade now after that really long wait. So we're now sitting on the back of the Blade, waiting for this to go. So down come the restraints, and that should mean off we go in a second. Bars are down, and we've started moving. Oh, the sun's starting to set on us, I can just tell. Quite low down behind the trees, isn't it? Can't wait for night time at Virtual Towers. It certainly looks absolutely spectacular, in my opinion. Night time on Virtual Towers Online. It looks just as spectacular as the secret night mode from the former update. Just as spectacular. All different coloured lights coming together to make the package of nighttime even better. Anyway, we're on the Blade. We're having a very fun time swinging in the air. And now we've swung in the air a few times. We're just waiting for it to stop now, which is probably going to take forever. Right, the Blade's finally coming to a standstill here, as you can see. And now I'm just hovering my finger above the E button to get off this ride, which was not actually that exciting. Not very exciting to watch on a video game, at least. So now we can get off this thing. And up the exit path, ready for a sunset ride on the Ripsaw. Now, one problem with Ripsaw is that you have to operate the ride whilst you go on it, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we can do that. The only problem with Ripsaw, nice night time, Galactica peeking over that fence over there, looking quite nice. Right, so now if we press H, it's going to open the gates and the harnesses. Then once they've opened, we can hop onto the gondola right here of Ripsaw and jump in Ripsaw, close the restraints, and then we should be able to like start moving, hopefully. with these arrows. The lights should turn on in just a second. Well, just as I'm saying it, they turn on. Right, off we go on Ripsaw. Ready for a nice, relaxing ride on Ripsaw. Oh yeah, I forgot Ripsaw's the opposite to relaxing, isn't it? Even though I'd never been on it. Doesn't look much of a relaxing ride though, does it? So if we press end, we're going to be held in place, and then we can go backwards, right? And once we release it there, we're going to go and start flipping. Well, at least flip once. It'd be nice to be able to flip myself twice on the actual ride. I mean, I can do it off the ride, flip it more probably, but it's harder when you're on the ride. Yeah, only once again. Let's try going the opposite way this time. See if we can get any more spins. So if I hold it at the top again, and then go backwards this time. No, not quite. Let's try that once more. Go backwards again. Oh, almost two. Almost another one now without me even trying to do one. I'm just going to start doing random stuff and see if I can flip myself. Why would it only seem to flip forwards? It would help if it went backwards. Yeah, when it tried to go backwards, it didn't flip at all then, if you saw that. Yeah, this is really hard, but it's also really fun to do. So I can also have some more fun and do this. We're soaked! We're soaked! We're absolutely drenched through because of these stupid fountains on Ripsaw. And there is your ride on Ripsaw. Have a few nice flips, and to end off, just get absolutely soaked. Whilst you're coming off the ride as well, as the fountains are going to be spraying the exit. I hope you enjoyed your ride on Ripsaw at the Alton Towers Resort. Now you can exit the ride. Now you're absolutely soaked in water. Right, now we can get off Ripsaw and go and have a look at how cool Nemesis looks at night. So let's shut those gates back there and go run to Nemesis at night. Go the long way round past Ripsaw, but it's technically the way to the entrance, what I call the long way round. Like the fact that Nemesis music is playing all around the area. It gives it a nice vibe. We've still got all the food stalls that would normally be there in Forbidden Valley, but they're all currently shut, unfortunately. So once we go around what I call the long way, we get back round to that Nemesis archway and we can join the queue for the Beast from 1994. Here she is, Nemesis. Beautiful red lights shining down on the UK's best roller coaster, virtually. Can't forget that it's only virtually, unfortunately. All these great lights. I seem to be stuck. Why won't it let me back past this support? Oh, this is silly. Oh my god. Why would it trap me? Right, I'm out of that little dead end corner. Don't jump down there in Virtual Towers. It took me like 5 minutes to get out of. Managed to slip through a corner in the end. Right, so let's join the queue and go down the normal queue this time rather than the extended queue line, which takes forever to walk around. Oh my god, look at those red lights. They shine so well on the track. Just makes it look so picturesque. There is red lights in real life, but it doesn't look anything like this does. It looks absolutely spectacular. I have no words for how good this looks at night. And I can make it look even better in a minute, because before I go on the ride, there is something in the operators panel that I can do. So once these air gates open, which they will in a second, those noises are creepy. So once they open, in the op panel, which we're going to be going in a minute and probably operating the ride, we've got these, so we can turn on train LED lighting, which adds lights to trains, and we can also put on advanced area lighting now. So now the area is going to look absolutely stunning. Let's go on the other side of the train this time. Advanced area lights and train LED lights. This is going to look like an absolutely spectacular POV. Now with those train LED lights, I wonder if that's a new feature coming to Nemesis when it reopens. Because currently, like I said, Nemesis is currently undergoing a full retrack from the top of the lift hill to the start of the brake run. And John Wardy said there was going to be a few surprises, and I wonder if those train LED lights is one of those surprises. Off we go, up the lift hill of Nemesis at night time. Get ready to put your arms in the air for Nemesis at midnight. Here we go, down the first drop of Nemesis on Virtual Towers Online. About to head into the first inversion, the corkscrew. Absolutely fabulous moment that gives you so much thrill, and so does that Helix and Zero G roll. Back past the Saw turn and into the best part of the ride, the vertical loop. Then we can go back around the second stall turn into the second corkscrew, round the final turn and into the brake run of Nemesis. Absolutely fabulous nighttime ride. I just love riding Nemesis at night in real life, but Virtual Towers takes nighttime to the next level. After that fabulous ride on Nemesis, we can officially now go and operate Nemesis. So in a second, we are going to become a ride operator for our very first time. You think you only come here to play the game of rights and rides, but no, we're now an operator. So if we switch this to manual mode, we can now control the gates and harnesses and the dispatch. So if I press G, it closes the gates. If I press H, it closes the restraints, or the harnesses, whatever you like to call them. And now, we have to wait until the second train gets onto the brake run, because there is block sections on Nemesis, and those block sections happen to be the entire track, apart from the brake run. So we do have to wait until the second train reaches the brake run on Nemesis. Just following the train around right here until the train's on the brake run. Right, so now we can dispatch this train on Nemesis. I've officially become an operator of Nemesis on YouTube and Virtual Towers Online. Nebby goes up the lift hill, and in comes the next train for us to control. Right, open the restraints, everyone get off the ride, off the ride, get your bags. Right, next people, get on the ride, open the gates. Right, gates open, everyone get on the ride right now. Right, close the gates now. Quickly, restraints shut. We're clear to go, and now we can follow Nemesis around the track. Oh, that does look stunning at night. The sky's starting to go slightly pink, which should suggest it's almost sunrise here at Alton Towers. Maybe not quite yet, but it's still 5 o'clock in the morning according to the top left corner in the game time. Nemesis. It is shining up though at 5 o'clock, which is quite surprising. Right, next train we can dispatch now. Still making weird monster noises again. Right, I think I'm going to turn the lights off now. And it's getting pretty bright. Clunking into the station comes Nemesis. Right, we've got official operations at Alton Towers. Everyone get off the ride. Next guest, we open the gates for you to ride. Nemesis. I hope you enjoy your ride on Nemesis. Please could you take your seat? Thank you for taking your seat on Nemesis. Now please put your arms above your restraint so we can come and check it. Right, you're all in. Right, your train is ready to go. Please wait until the next train will proceed on to the brake run. I love this new camera system. It looks really cool. You've got the number of the camera, then you've got that live logo in the top right, the time of day in the top left, and the ride it's associated with at the bottom left. Now we can dispatch the next train on Nemesis, and that we do one final dispatch after that of becoming an operator at the Virtual Towers Online place. Since we have to make one more dispatch before the ride can turn back to automatic mode. So that's exactly what we're doing. Hello, welcome to your ride on Nemesis. Please can the past riders leave the ride instantly. New riders, the air gates are opening for you. Please can you take your seat on the Nemesis ride? Thank you for taking your seat on the Nemesis ride. Your restraints will be checked shortly. Check. Right, you are all buckled in on Nemesis at Virtual Towers. We may now ask you to be patient until it is possible for us to dispatch you. That monorail is still stranded above the stall turn. Quite hilarious, really. Right. Now we can dispatch our final train on Nemesis. I hope you enjoyed me as your ride operator, everybody. I must now leave to go for my lunch break, or shall I say my breakfast, as it's 7 o'clock according to the cameras. So for our breakfast we can hop in the coffee lounge right here. Right, we grab a Diet Coke and a sandwich. Then we'll also have a cookie, a donut, and some crisps. That'll be £10, please. Here you go. Right, now we can sit down and eat our fabulous breakfast, which happens as lunch breakfast really, because we're having lunch at breakfast time. What great views here. Unfortunate that we can't get behind this fence at all. But it is nice that we can get this view though. This view is meant to be eye level with Nemesis. John Wardy designed this view so that people going upside down on this inversion would make direct eye contact with the people watching from this path. That's how clever John Wardy just is. What a fabulous attraction Nemesis is. Just travelling along the brake run. Lovely day at Virtual Towers Online. Right, here is Ripsaw. We're now going to attempt to operate Ripsaw whilst we're off of the ride. It's officially started raining at Virtual Towers Online, just as we become our next operator on a Ripsaw at Virtual Towers. Oh, that is quite a big downpour of rain. I wonder if there's going to be thunder in a minute. I hope not, because then I'd have to shut down all the rides. Technically I would, but I wouldn't, because it would be nice to actually go on some rides in thunder. That would be funny, don't you think? Because you can't do that in real life. Go on some rides in thunder, that would be good fun. Just trying to flip Ripsaw at the moment, upside down a few times. Oh, I almost had it then. Come on. 3 times and then we're done on Ripsaw. Once we get it to go upside down 3 times, that'll be the end of our operation streak on Ripsaw. Seems really effective to make it go backwards here. I'm not going to get it to go around 3 like that. Right. Let's try one more time. We got 2 flips, and last time we got a pretty good tally on Ripsaw. 3! Oh, well, I think we can keep going, but it didn't take us long to get to 3. What if we can get to 4? That would certainly be quite a good achievement for Ripsaw in the rain. It's not rain, it's treacherous rain! A typical day out at Alton Towers. Treacherous rain. Nothing that I've seen before, that I haven't seen before at Alton Towers. Treacherous rain in Forbidden Valley. Luckily now there's a hotel guest entrance in Forbidden Valley, so you can exit to your car there in real life if it's raining in Forbidden Valley. But this is treacherous rain in Virtual Towers, and there's no cars for me to run to this time. Doesn't matter though, because it's just a video game. We're hardly going to get very wet in a video game, but you might get quite wet on Ripsaw. Since you're already getting wet, why not get you wetter on the water fountains of doom? Everybody, anyway, thanks for riding Ripsaw at Virtual Towers. I hope you enjoyed your rainy ride and super soaking ride on Ripsaw. Next up, time to operate the Blade. Taking a nice trip through Virtual Towers, ready to operate the most boring ride in the theme park so far. It's actually coming to a stop. We might get there in time to put it into manual mode. Quick, 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 quick. We did it. Right, so now how do we operate the Blade? To operate the Blade we need to blah 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 blah. Yeah, I've read it. So looks like we need to open this and then press start in there once we've opened and closed that. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to close that. So now we need to close the bars right here. Once we've done that, we should be able to start the ride. Yep. Anyway, we can now put it back in automatic mode. Oh great, you're telling me I have to do it again? No thank you, I'll just rather leave it parked up. Goodbye Ripsaw, it was nice knowing you, I already operated you, but now I'm abandoning you. Because Ripsaw, come on, isn't that very fun to operate, is it? Skies are clearing up Virtual Towers Online. And now, what we need to do is go on a quest for the key. Right, don't look behind there because you'll get trapped again. So, now we're going on a quest for the key. A quick quest. Oh, a dot is appearing there. Maybe the key's here. Oh, press to sit. Maybe not then. The dot appeared then. I thought, because that came up when you had to press stuff. Why can you sit there? Why does it want me to sit here? There's hardly any key there, is there? I'm still looking for a key though, Virtual Towers. But why can't you just provide me with the key? If only, if only. But now I have to go and have a treacherous search for the key. Which isn't going to be exactly fun, is it? Because I really want to find out exactly what that key does for that book in the preview center. So we're going to go looking for the key. And I'm going to like just keep looking. I can't be here all day though, because if it's hidden in a weird location, I could be here for days, hours, weeks. Who knows? I'll jump anyway. Once I've found the key, I'll just skip to that part, so you don't have to watch me looking for this treacherous quest for the key. Oh, I found the key! Right, hi guys, and welcome back again to Airtime Studios. That was like half an hour for me, but a matter of seconds for you. And I must have walked past that a million times. Really annoying. Unless it moves around, because I did have to close the game a few times, because I gave up a couple of times, but I finally found it. And before we go and find out exactly what that key does, we are going to go and have one last ride on the beast. And we're gonna get this on the very back of Nemesis. And we're also gonna have this at the sunset, which is gonna be very cool. Who's ready for a sunset ride on Nemesis? And afterwards we get to find out exactly what that magical key does. We're buckled in to the back row of Nemesis, the best seat on the train. Back left. Our character's non-existent, but that doesn't matter, because we're all ready to go and ride Nemesis at Virtual Towers Online. For a beautiful sunset ride on this absolute monster of a roller coaster. Clunking up the lift hill. Who's excited to ride Nemesis? The best ride in the UK. Crawling over the top of the lift hill. Whipped down the first drop right on the back of the train. Arms in the air for Nemesis. What a stunning ride on the beast, and the lights turning on at the very last corner. What a time to ride Nemesis at sunset on the back row, whipped around every single element. Once we've seen what the key does, it's not the end of the video though. Don't fear, there is more to come in this video that I'm sure you'll all be very excited about. As what I'm going to show you after we've found out exactly what the key does. What I'm going to show you is going to be absolutely spectacular. Well, not spectacular, just a little bit of a secret, maybe, should I say. There's a little hint to you. So, if I remember rightly, there was a sign earlier that said, travel back to the preview center somewhere around here. Over here? Over here? Aha! Meeting point. Click to return. Right, here we are, back at the preview center. Get ready to find out exactly what this key does on Airtime Studios. Placing the key down on the map. Oh. Oh, whoa! What is going on? Thunder everywhere. Treacherous rain in this, This looks like... So in old Nemesis advertising, there was a place where people were drawn to make sacrifices to the beast, which is Nemesis. And those stones look exactly like that places that was shown on, like, promotional stuff. So, maybe what's about to happen is going to be related to the legend of Nemesis. Let's find out right now. Oh my god! I don't think I've ever seen a more stunning video clip on a video game ever than that was. That was an absolutely spectacular secret to be hidden. And you can find one location of the key, there's probably multiple, behind the stool turn of Nemesis, if you're watching this video, to find that key. Certainly a spectacular something to see. But anyway, like I said, the video doesn't end there. We're back on the opening plaza now. And there's something I wanted to show you. So what I've done just for the video is that I can now do this. I can now do this, and what that does is that I can now, ready for it? Ready for the surprise? See this fence? I'm past it. We can officially explore the entire theme park as well and see exactly what they have been doing. Work in progress. Let's just go and have a look around the theme park, shall we? We're here on Tower Street. Let's hope we don't have to listen to the Nemesis music the entire way around the park. Hopefully not. Oh, we've got Towers Trading here. The walls look the same as real life, but this is the sweet section. But then you've got all the clothing and other items, like mugs and stuff in here. But it is completely empty. Oh, not quite. We'll get a Wicker Man t-shirt, please. Wicker Man t-shirt, well, yeah, let's pay for that. Just about. Right. So, with what I'm doing, I can also do this. I can hover above the park. Now you can see the whole park around. But anyway, there's something that I can do in this video. But now let's travel back down safely nearer the ground. And keep exploring the park right now. So let's go and see if we can look at the entire park. I suppose we can, as I can pretty much see everything. Let's go down this way. Since when we did our other update, we first went down that way. Because yes, our first update, like I said, was Wicker Man, which is down there, the Smiler, which is up here, Spinball Wizard, which is also up here, and Oblivion, which is another ride up here. So let's go this way first, since we went that way last time. So yeah, it's really cool that I can look around and get a view of everything. So, like I said, we can't go on Galactica, but we can go and look at the progress on Galactica soon. So here is the Spinball Wizard, which we went on in our last Virtual Towers video. Yeah, and if you haven't checked out that Virtual Towers video, where I, check out all 4 of those rides, Spinball, Wicker Man, Smiler, and Oblivion, then check out my full gameplay video from November this year. Well, last year now, 2022 it was in. It's now January of 2023. So yeah, it's nice being able to fly everywhere. Quite cool. I've been keeping it from you the entire video, but now we can look around from it at the second half of this video. Just going down the lift hill there. Doesn't look like Spinball works in this update though. Hopefully we have some better luck with some other rides. I can't ride any of the other rides in the park, unfortunately, since this update is only programmed to work for Forbidden Valley. Oh, we've heard this music before. In the former update, walking up here. It's nice to have some more general normal music around Alton Towers. Oh yeah, I forgot to say you can go underneath as well. But who would want to go underneath? You can see that the Smiler's dug down though a bit, can't you? They haven't decorated the Smiler dug down very much though, because it's just concrete. It's dug down. There's the towers. We can go in them if we like. Oh yeah, I forgot to. You can also flip the screen upside down, as you can see. I never filmed the original update, the original beta version of Virtual Towers, which was only except to the Smiler and Oblivion. And what used to happen, you used to spawn upside down, so it's not unfamiliar seeing this side. Let's just say. But then anyway, let's flip back over the normal way. Go and look at the Smiler in this update. I know you've seen the Smiler before. Nothing seems to have changed though. But we can fly around the Smiler is the difference now. I'm sure you fans are excited to see me flying around the Smiler if you're all fans of the Smiler, the world's first 14 looping roller coaster. When I first planned on doing this video, I wasn't expected to say the words the Smiler. But I have done because I'm looking at it right now. Look how much of a mess the track looks. Really messy. Doesn't look like this is running around either. Yeah, I can't see any trains yet. Oh no. Yep, there's one train at least going up the lift hill there. As you can see, it's coming down. It's not making any sounds though, which is quite strange. Look, Oblivion's making a sound. The Smiler's not making its roaring sound. They must be in the middle of reprogramming or sounding issues or something with this. But they do have that annoying music playing, the Smiler. Although, well, not annoying. Not that annoying for me, but for some people it is quite annoying, I know. At least it's not double playing like it was in the queue last time. If you remember my update last time, you walk through the queue and it's like double playing, like a second afterwards. It's playing exactly the same thing, which wasn't quite pleasant. The queue line looks a bit broken up for the Smiler. Why is there Oblivion logos on those Smiler screens? At least you haven't changed this. It only says halfway in real life, not halfway corrected. But it sounds better with halfway corrected, because when you get there it says halfway corrected, but when it says halfway it doesn't even say halfway, it just says nothing. So I can see why they've kept that. Oblivion looks exactly the same though. Nothing's really changed that I know of here, but let's get a nice aerial shot of the Smiler here that I haven't really got before. Who gets an aerial shot of the Smiler? Well, kind of from the top of Oblivion, but it's like kind of a similar height to Oblivion, but I'm gonna go higher so I can see it even better. For some reason it's not letting me travel backwards on this, so I'm gonna have to go up and around. Seems the best view is a bit higher than Oblivion. Yes, or slightly further back and we're gonna get a great aerial shot of the Smiler. Oh, that just shows you how much track there is. I've got some paths leading off down there. That's strange. Oh, Oblivion's going. Oh, that's a good view of Oblivion. Doesn't look vertical there. Fun fact, it isn't actually vertical at all. I said it didn't look vertical. It does now, but it's actually not. Look at the track very carefully. It's not entirely vertical. If you look very carefully, it's actually 87.5 degrees to be exact. Because look, that's not entirely vertical, if you can just about tell. But anyway, let's head off to Dark Forest next. I say Dark Forest is behind the towers that way, because I haven't seen Dark Forest at all ever, or Catania Canyon. So those are the two areas I'd like to see the most. So let's go and have a look. I mean, we've got the towers. Oh, they've even got some of the world of David Walliams over there first. I can see 13 sort of track. There's no supports yet. Is that right? Oh, yeah. Work in progress, definitely. My view distance isn't that great, so you can't see many different paths. But there is paths normally going down there. I mean, there's the gardens over there, so we'll go and have a look in them as well. Feels like we're going really slow at the moment because we're in the air, moving across a 500-acre theme park. Is that Toyland Tours? Whoa, wait. Let me rewind that a second. What is Toyland Tours in Virtual Towers Online? If you didn't know, Toyland Tours is a past dark ride at Alton Towers, but they took it out quite a long time ago, and then it got turned into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Toyland Tours is now standing as the Alton Towers Dungeon. If you've been there recently, if you've walked through this, the Alton Towers Dungeon is currently where Toyland Tours is, as you might know. And we've got Toyland Tours music playing. Wow. How much have they done? Quite a surprise. Toyland Tours was a very popular ride at Alton Towers. I never rode it, but nothing. But I have heard about it though, and I've definitely heard this music before. Quite relaxing. But there's nothing in the show building yet. But it does look like they're going to be doing Toyland Tours, which is quite interesting. I mean, we've got the Burger Kitchen here. Skyrider there. Then there's 13 over there. Oh, I like looking out of bounds here. This is really cool. I get to know some of Virtual Towers' secrets. Please forgive me, Virtual Towers, if you're watching this. I just wanted an insight into the future. We've got the Skyrider entrance. Nothing in the Skyrider station though. Then there's Rita here. If you didn't know, the reason why there's green track right at the top of Rita is because that's meant to blend in to the landscaping. But Alton Towers, if you didn't know, aren't allowed to build above the tree line, which is why they dig down on loads of their rides. So they use green track right at the top. They did this with the corkscrew as well when it opened. Well, not when it opened, just overall. To disguise it because it's slightly over the tree line. Right, here's 13. It doesn't look like they've worked out how to do the drop section yet, but I look forward to how they're gonna do that. But you do have the tunnel track though. I mean, we've got all the layout for it on this ground plans. Got some more foundations for Rita. Sorry about that black screen for a second. Technical difficulties, but we're back here in Dark Forest. Here. So yeah, it's cool. As I said before, we've got some foundations for Rita. It's all looking, it is looking like the next sort of project. I might go and look at the towers next and see how Hex is doing, since Hex was like the biggest logo on that sign. So I want to see how good Hex is, because I knew they created Hex once, but I also know that there was a demo for Hex in the past, but for it to become newer now, something went wrong and they can't use that anymore. So it's gonna be quite hard for them to redo again, but hopefully they've redone it now. Fun fact that if you see here, Hex isn't the actual ride for Hex isn't in the towers. The queue line and the pre-shows are where you get all the videos, but the actual ride for Hex in that spinning room is that green building at the back over there that you can see on your screen right now. That's the actual show building for Hex. Oh, we've got some more Towers music playing again. Let's enter Hex now. The Legends of the Towers. Nothing. Well, that's strange. Because I managed to do something similar to this in the former update that wasn't manageable by the time it was fixed by November last year when I filmed my video. This is completely different though, what I'm doing here to what I did there. But basically there was a bug before where I could move bins around and hop over fences with them before. Yeah. I got into Hex, all the pre-shows were there, and all the building. Just the ride system wasn't working at all. Quite a shame, but nothing in Hex at all at the moment. That's quite strange. Right, so now what we're gonna do, wherever we are, right, we're gonna go over to Galactica next. After that, we're going to see Catania Canyon and the haunted house, Jewel. But whilst I get to Galactica, we go through the gardens as well, and that should wrap it up after we've done Catania Canyon. Go and see if Wicker Man's done anything else too, and then we would have really seen the whole park out of bounds, which is quite cool. See exactly what progress they've done. Luckily, there's no funfair rides in this game. There's no funfair rides in this game because in real life at Alton Towers, to help capacity at the moment, but there's not that too many rides, they've put in some funfair rides to Alton Towers, which is quite strange. Anyway, whilst we cross over to Forbidden Valley from Dark Forest, we look through the gardens, because that's the way to cross over, I believe. Takes like 10 to 15 minutes in real life. It's quite a pain because the gardens, if you didn't know, is a valley in Alton Towers. It takes up like half of the theme park. It's a massive valley. You go down into it and then you have to walk back up loads of stairs to get back out, even if you're coming from Forbidden Valley to Dark Forest, and it's the same vice versa. So that's quite annoying. There's been some progress in the gardens. It's looking pretty nice here. Liking that. I can't wait until Forbidden Valley is added to like the main game, but I suppose the only way that would happen is if Catania Canyon and Jewel were finished. So adding all that left-hand side of the park to the game is going to take some hard work, but it's not going to take as much of hard work to add Dark Forest to the proper game rather than just leaving it as a standalone area like Forbidden Valley currently is. Because it will be much easier, but it's right behind the towers. That area is already finished, all the areas leading up to it, unlike Forbidden Valley. So it would be a lot easier and a lot more convenient to just add Dark Forest to the main game. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was added to the main game before Forbidden Valley was. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Oh, we've got some music around that pagoda fountain right here. This is the pagoda fountain, the heart of the gardens. Yes, the gardens is the way to cross over from Dark Forest to Forbidden Valley. If only the Skyrider was open. Oh yeah, I can't ride any rides doing what I am at the moment. But up here is that Skyrider station for Forbidden Valley, so we've basically made it across the gardens now. As you can see, we've got some supports for the Skyrider, just as it starts raining. Perfect. It's probably been raining in Forbidden Valley the whole time, because the weather cycle might not be in the gardens yet, because it's not an accessible area. So here's the Skyrider station. A lot more progress than the Dark Forest one has. We've got that Nemesis music back now. We've got some noise from that wheel here. Anyway, we exit the station, and now we're out of bounds, and we can come and have a look if the mysterious warehouse drop tower ride is in the game. I know we've seen this already in this video, so we're just skipping past it quickly. So here is the mysterious drop tower I called Nemesis Subterra, where lots of work has been done in real life. So, and it looks like they're doing lots of work to it in virtual towers. As you can see, this all looks pretty much done. So let's go through it and see if anything's been done inside. Oh yeah, we've got some. Is this a pre-show? I've never been on Subterra, so I don't know if there's pre-shows or what. That might be a pre-show. I mean, there's some walls. A bit of work's been done to it. Like, no ride system though. Like, they're prepared for it to be added next year. Because the actual theme park is doing some work to it. Anyway, before we head off behind us, what we're going to do first is we're going to go to Galactica, like I said. I mean, we've got all the queue line for Subterra out the back here. How long is this queue? It's massive. I mean, here's that parked up monorail right next to it. What are you doing parked up? You could be delivering guests out of this rain monorail, couldn't it? Not doing its job very well parked up there. And as you can see, over that wall is Galactica. Or in this video, should I call it Air? Because nothing looks to be done about it being Galactica. No space portal, but the track's done. Nothing like Galactica themed. So I wonder if they're doing Air maybe. And that's Air music! That's pretty much confirmation they're doing Air. That is Air music. It won't beat the Galactica soundtrack though, but it's still pretty nice, and it does reflect. Air does reflect the calmness of Galactica more, of it being like flying in the air. It does make sense more with the flying sensation. It's the original that they theme it around Air, although they do have the Galactica logo here. It'd be nice to actually see what Air was themed like. Anyway, let's go and look in the air station here. We've got a tree sticking out already. Why is there trees in the air station? We've got 2 trees in the station for Air/Galactica. And then the track mysteriously starts here in this non-themed tunnel that was meant to be themed, but it was a budget issue that they couldn't still theme it. Oh, that Nemesis music's back because we're right behind the stool turn where you ride Nemesis. Look, right here. We've seen that today already, into the brake run there. Up the airlift hill. And we're going to all of these elements down here. So the track's pretty much done. Looking pin perfect. Smooth Bollinger and Mabiard track. Just like our friend Nemesis over here. Don't tell me. I left Nemesis in manual mode. They're stacking up. Wouldn't that be funny if I left Nemi in manual mode? No. Why aren't you going, Nemesis? That is really weird. Surely it can't have anything to do with me walking around like this, because the game hasn't been paused the rest of the time. Wonder if I can operate Ripsaw in this camera. No, that just pauses my viewing. Anyway, we're going past Forbidden Valley now and into Gloomy Woods, where Jewel, the haunted house, is, or whatever it's going to be called in March when it reopens after its refurbishment. I hope they don't have. I hope they haven't done any work to Jewel, because Jewel is being refurbished and they'd have to change it. As you can see, here's the valley where the Thunder Looper was. You can tell that a much longer ride used to be here. This, as you can see. Right, so if I go up here past the creepy warehouse for a possible Subterra return, if you keep walking down this path, which is just through the woods, there happens to be a certain haunted house through there. Just past, just past the monorail storing point. Yep, there's the monorail, the extra monorails that could be on the track to serve guests. As you can see, we can go down this path. Just round here. I'm through the gates of Jewel. I've just noticed we're still slightly angled from when I showed you looking upside down the screen from the smiler. Doesn't really matter though. Yep, we've got Spooks R Us here, the show building. The big question is the exterior, have they done anything to the ride? Oh no, they have! But hopefully the rooms won't be changing. But if the ride system is, they've got all that marked out. Looks like they have stalled on that project, luckily, though. The sun is setting on us. Looks like we're going to be looking at Catania Canyon. Well, maybe we're just going to get Catania Canyon for sunset and Wicker Man at night. You know Wicker Man looks good at night, and I'm a big fan of Wicker Man at night. So if we keep walking down here is a certain themed area called Katanga Canyon, which is going to be very exciting to look around. And already we can see the runaway mine train and the Congo River Rapids here, coming through here. Nice themed. Oh, it's like the monorail. The boats are parked up. Why aren't you going? Oh, they're marked with Virtual Towers Online stickers too. And here is the runaway mine train, which looks pretty cool here. I must rearrange my statement. This looks like the most finished area, rather than I was about to say rather than Dark Forest, but that looks pretty unfinished. It'll be nice to see when Dark Forest gets released, but that does look like the next update with the signs in the park. We've got the pizza pasta, and the big question is, behind the pizza pasta, with Virtual Towers adding red water and other features that every fan wanted in Nemesis, have they added more fans to the water fountains of the Congo River Rapids that got removed due to safety reasons? Let's find out. The answer is just round this corner, just as we turn into night. Maybe not quite round this corner. It's getting pretty dark now. Unfortunately, I can't change the time in this mode, and there's no lights over here, so we're going to get pretty lost, I think. But is there any fountains? I can't see anything. And that torch is... Oh! is not. I don't think we're gonna find out about those. Oh, I hear water running though, but didn't it just start raining? I've lost where I am. Hang on. I'll change it tonight in 3, 2. I'll change it today, sorry, in 3, 2, 1. Right, now it is officially day, and we have found out that the fountains are officially switched on! As you can see, we've got the fountains running right here with these virtual towers branded both right in the Congo River Rapids. What an absolutely massive surprise that they've added there. Not a massive surprise, but nice feature to add. As you can see, I was a bit far away from the fountains. I thought they were right past the KFC Megawave, which is right behind Pizza Pasta, but they're actually further past Pizza Pasta, not further before, as I've just found out. But now it is bright again. We can continue looking around Catania Canyon and see what it has to offer. The runaway mine train is looking great. We've got all the theming and everything there is to offer. The station. And even this looks like so realistic. Great job, Virtual Towers Online, on all of this stuff. It's looking absolutely finished. Trust me, this part of Virtual Towers, Catania Canyon, is looking so finished. At least this part of the area. Maybe some of the Congo River Rapids isn't finished, but that would be really nice. So yeah, this is really nice to see all of this. And I'm loving everything that this game has to offer at the moment. Just looking around, it looks super epic. And it's so good just looking out of bounds and getting to see what they have planned in the future. And as you can see, coming up is a certain wooden roller coaster that we may have seen before in Virtual Towers Online. And this wooden roller coaster's name is Wicker Man, as you may or may not be aware. And Big Bob just loading into action there, and as you can see, my view distance quality finally coming into view for the Wicker Man to rise. This is what the station, pre-show, and the maintenance shed look like right next to each other. As you can see, the Wicker Man, just like the Smiler, looks pretty much identical to what it did before. I doubt any changes have been made to these, because these are already pin-on perfect in the past update, as you know. Look at those fire effects in Big Bob. Some of these are screens in real life, but they're all just normal fire effects in Virtual Towers. That is looking really cool. All the crackling and stuff. And then we've got Mutiny Bay. Any process being done with Mutiny Bay, as we saw it in its sort of construction phases last time. No, it doesn't look like there's any of those construction bins anymore, as you can see. Yeah, no gates around Marauder's Mayhem. Can't wait to ride that. And imagine if I could. I can. They're starting to work on a control panel, operate all of the little things and make them spin like so much from the operator's panel. I can't wait for Mutiny Bay to come to Virtual Towers Online. As you can see, Mutiny Bay is looking a lot more touched up than it did before. Like, all of this was here before, but it's looking quite a lot more touched up. No more gates and stuff. Just added all the finishing touches to Mutiny Bay. Still work in progress on the Skyrider at the moment. But yes, the whole park is in this update, and it's been really cool looking at it. We've also got some back of house staff areas right here, which have nothing inside. This one kind of does, but kind of not. Don't know what's stored in there, but something by the looks of it. And these will be coloured houses behind Tower Street. Wow, what a great video this was. Action-packed. Nemesis, Ripsaw, The Blade, and pretty much every other ride in the park too that we could look at. We rode Nemesis, Ripsaw, and The Blade, and we operated all of them. We found the key for the book in the preview centre, and we also explored Out of Bounds to look at every ride in the theme park there is to offer at so far. This update has been so amazing to watch, really, and just to look around. It's been really nice looking around. Virtual Towers Online. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Seeing my favourite part must have been seeing all the work in progress for future updates of this game right here. Anyway guys, thanks for watching Airtime Studios. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye everybody.